Now here we have an equation, of course, and then they give an explanation of what everything represents. So notice the 10% part has to do with the X milliliters, and then the 20% portion has to do with the Y milliliters. So that makes sense. And then it turns into 12% of a combination of X milliliters and Y milliliters. And the equation represents the situation. So if Lawrence uses 100 milliliters of the 20%, well, that means we're going to replace all the Y's with 100. And then our goal is to figure out how many milliliters of the 10% solution must he use. In other words, we're finding X. So I'm going to go ahead and write this off to the side. You'll see why in just a moment. But we'll plug in the 100 for Y. And then what's pretty neat is we can just pull up Desmos. And then obviously you would have this equation on your scrap paper, so it wouldn't be in the way that it is right now. And then we'll type all this in. I don't have to put 0.10, I can just put 0.1, of course. And then we'll type in the rest. And even though this isn't necessarily hard to do algebraically, if ever we can avoid having to use more energy and mental focus on a question so that we can reserve it for more difficult questions, and if we can avoid a silly error, I'm all about it. And so we're trying to find X here. And so let's take a look at what we have. I'm going to zoom out and look at that. We have it right here, and you can click on it. You can press this if you want to export it over here, but you don't need to. But the point is, this is a vertical line with the equation being X equals 400. In other words, they're giving you the answer of X is 400, which matches with C.